The saying, those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it, is a very profound one. Now, if you know me, you know I'm not a very big fan of school. School is bollocks. Don't care. But, learning about history is something that is important, and it's relegated to this section of school. They say, well, history, you learn about history in school. I mean, who cares? School doesn't teach history properly because it doesn't teach you what's actually important. Now, this is coming from someone that doesn't know as much about history as I would like to, but there are certain things, at the minimum, that you should know, and it's not taught in school. So, I've come to appreciate history in recent times because of certain things that I'm trying not to get this video censored. Everything I'm going to say should pass through. Okay, I'm not going to talk about anything too crazy in this video, but I've become more appreciative of history because I realize how efficacious, how fruitful, how productive it is to our lives today. Because when you know history, and you know the saying, history repeats itself, you can see when it's happening again. You understand, you won't have a veil put over your eyes once again. Or won't let people put veils in your over your eyes because you know that they did it to other people before. And this primarily comes to government tyranny. It could be things like the Patriot Act, Hitler burning down the Reichstag, Operation Northwoods, Operation Gladio, the Indonesian mass killings, this, that, and the third. And this is why ignorance is so terrible, because so many people are like, the government, like, they hear about a story about something the government was doing, or someone suggests them, and they're like, no, the government would never do that. The government could never do something like that. You're crazy, you're a conspiracy theorist. But these things are public information. Literally, go on Google, Operation Northwoods, false flag attack where the government was planning on canceled, declassified, where the government was planning on committing terrorist attacks against itself. That's a public document. You're telling me they only thought about doing it once? What about the Indonesian mass killings, or Operation Gladio, Patriot Act? All this stuff is public information. But since people don't know, they can't fathom the government doing something bad to them. So, many people are sheep. It's like a large flock. A bunch of people are sheep. And, they just aren't paying attention. The sheep. And they have all their friends, people before them, sheeps before them, were being led to the slaughterhouse. And they're like, just munching on grass, doing whatever the hell sheep do. And they only realize what's happening to them when it's too late, when they're the ones being taken to the slaughterhouse. Thankfully, we're humans, we're not sheep. We can, look up, wake up, and recognize our surroundings, recognize history, so we are not doomed to repeat it. So, if I were you, this is what I would do. I would start learning, if you don't know, I would start learning about government history and government attacks on its own citizens. And along with war history, I think all forms of history are important. But because things about school, they distort history, like slavery. Oh, well, a bunch of white people enslaved black people. That's a very reductionist, very misleading way of putting it. Things like that. School doesn't teach it properly. You should learn on your own.